Hello there, this is Alex McCadden, Elgin City Administrator. I want to talk about something I saw in Portland this weekend while attending the League of Oregon Cities 100th Annual Conference. As a city official, I have closely watched the growing conflict over President Donald Trump's plan to deploy the National Guard in Oregon. While I disagree with Governor Tina Kotek on almost every issue, I generally agreed with her that local law enforcement is sufficient to maintain order adjacent to ICE facilities in Oregon. I believe this deployment violated the Posse Comitatus Act, which generally bars the military from law enforcement duties. I laughed at Stephen Colbert's jokes on the matter, particularly all vegan on the Western Front. 2 hours at an ICE facility protest in Portland this weekend changed that. With just 3 police officers on the site at the beginning, the protest was generally peaceful at first. A crowd this small could easily be controlled by police. It was not. Early on, an ambulance attempted to leave the facility, and it took a scrum of several dozen ICE agents to push back the crowd so paramedics had enough room to rush their patient to the hospital. If anyone tried to block our city ambulance in Elgin as a political stunt, we would exercise far less restraint than ICE displayed. Police finally arrived en masse for a brief period after the streets were blocked and protesters on both sides were arrested, proving the community could be kept safe if Portland police were allowed to do their job. The Oregon State Constitution grants home rule to all cities, so to Mayor Keith Wilson, I say, let the Portland police keep the peace. And I say to Governor Kotek, if Mayor Wilson holds back the Portland police, deploy the Oregon State Police. Finally, to President Trump, I say if Mayor Wilson and Governor Kotek decide to cower to the demands of anti-rule of law progressive donors, invoke the Insurrection Act and deploy the National Guard. The City of Roses needs decisive leadership to restore order now around the ICE facility, or face further disruptions to local emergency services, residents, and businesses. Mr. President, send in the troops.